Hello, you're watching World Talks on TVP World. My name is Sasha Farbach. The shelling of the area around the Bernardine Church threatened priceless archives and monuments. This is an assault on memory, on identity, on something that has shaped us for generations. Those are the words of the Culture Minister of Poland. And Poland is framing heritage protection not merely as preservation, but as a strategic tool to defend Ukrainian identity and regional stability. We explore the practical, legal, and ethical dimensions of this approach with Alicja Jagielska-Burduk, Secretary General, Polish National Commission for UNESCO. Thanks so much for joining us here this morning. I want to begin exactly with that quote from Poland's culture minister, what she said there about this shelling, particularly what happened there in Lviv at this church. In your mind, if we're looking at this as an assault on memory, identity, something has shaped us for generations, is culture in a way being framed here as also culture security, or how do we see this and the impact of this?
Yes, thank you for the invitation. Indeed, Ministry Marta Cienkowska referred to the shared identity, and she also mentioned that it is not a coincidence that here what we are facing is the intentional destruction of cultural heritage and grave violation of international law. Culture obviously is not only the matter of sustainable development future, but it's also a matter of cultural security. And what we face here is a new tactic of the attacks, which target civilian infrastructure, but also targets UNESCO World Heritage Sites. Because this very attack, the drone, struck on the World Heritage Site in Lviv, which was inscribed in 1998. And what is important, it was granted enhanced protection under Hague Convention 3 years ago in 2023, same with its inscription on the list of World Heritage in danger. So by this I mean that this object is, this site is important for the whole humanity. It is a shared cultural heritage, part of the Polish history, part of the Ukrainian and all Europe's history. From my own experience, I'm quite familiar with the place which was targeted and attacked because within my research on Orzechowicz collection, I visited on multiple occasions Central State Historic Archives, which are within the complex. So there are loads of documents showing Polish history of the region housed, stored in the archives. And it's the matter of the reaction of the international community, international organizations, because it's not only the problem of one nation, it's the global problem. And what I would like to mention here is the UNESCO statement, but also the statements of both Polish and Ukrainian ministers of culture, which address and call on international community, UNESCO, to react, to perhaps launch and intensify works on the Ukrainian Emergency Fund, where are contributions, voluntary contributions from states. From our Polish side, I have to mention that as Polish National Commission for UNESCO, in 2024, together with our partners, national commissions for UNESCO in Ukraine and Germany, we have organized an international conference on the anniversary of the Hague Convention. It was also very close to the place. It was in the city hall of Lviv. So also within the boundaries of the UNESCO World Heritage Site, we discussed the need to prepare, because preparedness is equal of equal importance as recovery. It's both to prepare to manage the risks, to map the risks, as well as to build resilience and recover.
If I can just, I just want to come in on this. Sorry to interrupt. I do want to ask you, because you've mentioned some interesting points also from your role at UNESCO. You mentioned also these conventions, which actually serve to, well, they should safeguard these critical sites. And also from that quote from the minister, she tied this together, the destruction is not just a loss for the country, but it's tied it to Europe. But I'm also curious, I mean, we have these conventions, but during wartime, they seem to just fall away. I mean, they don't have any enforcement. It doesn't seem that they're enforced. And how can we enforce these kind of conventions as we see this cultural loss? And do you see any changes coming out that perhaps nations would be more forceful in defending them?
So by being a party to the Hague Convention, countries should refrain from targeting objects, monuments, archives, libraries that are granted enhanced protection. So this is the clear violation, and obviously the proceedings with the punishments and sanctions should be implemented. For now, what we could mention is the Council of Europe initiative on establishment of the Register of Damage of Ukraine, as well as the emergency fund to cover the losses. But definitely the most important things is to find people, individuals responsible for the targeted actions. So this is the international criminal law and the matter of tribunals. But for now, I believe that the most important thing is to protect and safeguard the objects by capacity building, by providing materials or expertise, as well as, for instance, equipment to record the damage, both to archaeological cultural heritage or to the historic buildings.
Okay. An interesting point that you said about resilience, about protecting what we have now. I mean, Poland has already an unfortunate, sad history with this experience of trying to safeguard its national treasures. How has Poland helped in this? Or can you give us some practical examples of how Poland is helping safeguard Ukraine's cultural identity?
So only in 2023, Poland, together with, in cooperation with UNESCO and National Institute for Cultural Heritage, organized training for professionals from different countries and from Ukraine, how to fight with illicit traffic, because this is also a huge risk. The International Council of Museums, ICOM, red lists of the objects in risk in Ukraine was launched as well that year. So the main focus is on capacity building, training, sharing expertise, but as well as providing materials to safeguard the objects, to protect the glass sculptures, etc. What is important here is as you mentioned, the Polish history and the fact that we have undergone such cruel destruction of cultural heritage. And building on this experience, several years ago in Warsaw, a new recommendation, UNESCO recommendation, was adopted, recommendation on recovery and reconstruction of cultural heritage. It shows that both approaches are required: the resilience building, but also its integral part, education and cooperation with experts. So from Polish perspective, not only the tangible help is provided, but also the expertise and the know-how, let's say so this way.
Mm-hmm. And just a final point quickly, looking at the long term, beyond emergency response, if we're looking at citizens, what Poland is doing or can do, NGOs, etc., how do we proceed now with trying to help Ukraine as these attacks, unfortunately, we'll see more of?
So we have to give official statements, call for the reaction, but also we have to devote special forces for this. At the university, Adam Mickiewicz University, a new unit within UNESCO network was established, Culture in Emergencies, which directly, precisely deals with this, the cooperation between stakeholders, dissemination of the information and building a platform for such an international debate. But because it's not only the fact that the Poland can help. It's a global effort, multiple effort. Like for instance, Spanish effort in cooperation with Ukraine Lviv Cultural Hub that also focuses on training. So,
all right. So on that note, I'll have to jump in. As you said, it's a global effort, and listing some really important examples as the world does try to help, unfortunately, in these dark times with even cultures being targeted by Russian attacks. Look, thank you so much for all that. Really appreciate your insights here. Alicja Jagielska-Burduk from UNESCO. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching. That concludes World Talks, but stay right here on TVP World for more. Goodbye.